Stampers, it's Jeannie with Creations by Jeannie, and today I'm going to be making a Christmas card using several different stamp sets and the new Perfect Pine Framelits. We're going to also be using the Peaceful Pines stamp set. I can't even talk today. And this tree from the Lovely as a Tree set. We're going to be doing it in Whisper White and Bermuda Bay. See, I cannot get my words to work right today for some strange reason. I've already cut everything out. Let me go over that real quick. This is 5.5 by 8.5 folded to become 5.5 by 4.25. Both the vellum and the Bermuda Bay. Good Lord, I'm so tongue-tied, people. Oh, goodness. Bermuda Bay and vellum. Boy, I am very tongue-tied, aren't I? These are cut at 5.5 by 4 inches. They're both exactly the same size. We're going to start with the Bermuda Bay. We're going to use Bermuda Bay ink. You will also need an extra piece of paper. Let me see, I'll just get a piece out of my notebook right here. I didn't think to have a piece out ahead of time. All right, got that out. All right, now we're going to stamp this in the Bermuda Bay, and we're going to stamp trees on. We're going to come in, we're not going to restamp, we're going to come and we're going to go down a little bit further and stamp. Okay, we're going to stamp again. And we're just going to kind of stagger trees in here at different heights. Let's get some. This is where the piece of paper will come in, because I don't want this bottom piece to be on here. We're going to want to try to get a tree up high. There we go. All right, so that is all we're going to do to this piece right here. Next is we're going to stamp on the piece of vellum. Let me get my pad here. Because we are going to need the tree again, so I wanted to get it nice and clean. Because now we're going to be using the piece of vellum and we'll still need this Versamark and iridescent ice. We're going to go ahead and get those ready. So hopefully I'm keeping this part in focus for you and in screen. Okay, stamp this up. And basically we're going to repeat the same thing that we just did, but this time We're doing it on the vellum. Okay, let's see, I've got 4 trees as what I put down. You can put as many as you want or as little as you want. It just really depends on you. Okay, now this little scrap piece that we had, we're going to go ahead and use that to go under. I have a little tray somewhere that goes with the embossing, but we're going to just do this is fine for now. I'm going to be careful not to touch. Okay, let's go ahead and dump our iridescent ice. All over. And let's make sure we get everything nice and coated there. Get a little piece there and there. Okay, that's all we're going to need of this, so we're going to go ahead and put this back in real quick. Okay, now the iridescent ice, we will use the heat gun. I've got it right here. Get that warm. I don't know if y'all can see that. It took it a minute for it to start setting. Okay, now we have that done. Now my heat gun's not going to stay. There we go. All right. Hopefully y'all can see that, how shimmery and pretty. All right. Now, this part, this is where I was kind of worried at first. And I forgot that I'm rubbing my hand on it, and I haven't cleaned it yet. All right, but for this, we are going to get a baby wipe already out and ready. Okay, let's take this. Let's clean the Versamark off because we are not using Versamark now for the next one. This next that we're going to do is Dazzling Diamonds. This adheres with glue. This is a heat emboss. This one is not heat emboss. What I'm going to do is a little unorthodox because I do not have heat and stick, but I discovered that this works fine. You just do not want to let it sit on your stamps and dry. This is the two-way glue pen. We're going to coat the tree in the lovely as a tree set here. And if you don't get it all covered, that's fine, because it's basically going to be an accent to our piece that we're doing. And while I'm getting this done, I'll go ahead and let you know again. You can join Stamping Up and become a demonstrator. And being a demonstrator, you get to enjoy having product at our cost that we get to purchase from. You also get the joy of sharing what you love with others. But you do not have to join and be a demonstrator to buy Stampin' Up! Products. You can just purchase those from my website without any fees for joining. Oops. Stuck there. All right, now we're done with that. Now we're going to go ahead and get this dazzling diamond on while our stuff is still wet. Okay, can y'all see that in there? Right now, it kind of looks like it's the same as that iridescent ice, the way I'm doing it, but it's not. When it dries, it has a totally different look. Right, we're going to get our dazzling diamond now out of the way. You may have a visitor fixing to jump up on the desk. My Siamese kitty cat decided to come join us. And I got glitter everywhere. Okay, now I told you we do not want to let this sit. So is what I have. I do have a baby wipe here. We're going to squirt it with some Stampin' Mist and give that a good wiping. Now you can also take it to the sink and wash it that way, but this right here pretty much gets it all off. Let's get that out of the way, get this out of the way, and we are going to use our cleaning pad one more time. Now it's got some glitter on it, but all the glue is gone. And my stamp is still nice and moist. All right, now back to this. Okay, I wished, can you, maybe from that angle, because I can see it from that angle. Hopefully you can see the depth that the, oh, what am I trying to say? The dazzling diamond trees are 3D'd and stand up, where the iridescent ice is real flush against the paper. Okay, next thing is the trees here is to give dimension to these trees here. And if you look and you think you need to have more, just go crazy, put more on there. Now, this is how I got this to work to stay. We're going to put a little bit of the Tombow on your finger. And I still don't want to touch those trees because they're wet. I'm going to put just a tad and kind of wipe it back off on the four corners, because I don't really want the Tombow to be seen. That may be a little more there than I wanted. But I found if you put it on and kind of rub it off some, it doesn't show residue heavy underneath. Let's put a little bit here. Rub. Stick. I'm going to have to got a little bit crooked. Let's see, didn't get none. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, Tombow is also forgiving, so we can kind of move that vellum around till we get it lined up. But I'm seeing that corner more than I really wanted to. I did not intend to have that much Tombow. If you barely put that Tombow on there and kind of wipe it back off, it will dry where you won't see it on there. But for some reason I'm seeing that. I did not get that stuck very well. Okay, now we're going to stick on there, and we will go ahead and use Stampin' Dimensions. I gotta be careful because that front is still wet. Yeah. And y'all can take a little more time and line up your vellum a tiny bit better than I did, because it is definitely, I see it hanging over right there. Oh, come on. It's not wanting to work today for me. Okay. There we go. We get that. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this. Lined up on there. Alright, I lied. I said we were done with the dazzling diamonds, and we weren't, because I forgot this one. Okay, here. I've cut this with the die cut ahead of time. Now, you can take anything you have that'll help. I just kind of take this little pen tool, and we're going to kind of go through and push. Goodness. Pull all these little cutouts up. You're going to kind of go through and feather those all up. That's one step. Now the other is we're going to take a little of the two-way. You're going to kind of put it on everywhere that you have these little cutouts. I probably should have opened, I just had a box delivered to the door, and I should have opened it because my new Winks of Stella is in there, which I've been looking forward to that for a long time, and I've been putting off ordering it through other companies because I knew that we would eventually get it in Stampin' Up. And so I'm very excited about that. Okay, that's what we're doing with that tree there. This is a very blinged out, glittery winter scene. Now we also have a white tree right here. The white tree, isn't it? I already put my Stampin' Book away because I forgot I needed it. We're going to stamp 'Tis the Season. With Bermuda Bay. Oh, I kind of did that crooked and I got that everywhere. Okay, make sure I had it angled the right way. All right, now I have the 2 trees here are done, as you can see, but I kind of jumped ahead because on my original I have a piece of ribbon tucked under like this. But how about we just tie a ribbon, a bow. We are tying ribbon, but we're tying it into a bow. Get it curled. Oop, I bet I went way out of view for that. Okay. Now, let's see if I can get that flipped so that the satiny pretty part is showing. Okay. Here we go. Scissors. Boy, I keep cutting everything crooked. Let me close that before I end up dipping my ribbon in it, and then I'll be upset. However, this ribbon does dye very pretty. I have another video of me doing that. So if you like dyed ribbon, you may want to check that out. Okay, I'm just going to put a dimensions on the back. I generally use glue dots, but I didn't want to have to dig a glue dot out. Okay, so this one, we are, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to put, or how about a little of the fast fuse right on the tip, on the back. We're going to kind of stick that there. This one we're just going to take a very small piece of a Stampin' dimension off the back. Kind of just stuck that in the fast fuse on the thing. As y'all can tell, I am still just as nutty and crazy as ever because I don't ever get things mentioned the way they are supposed to be. This is not quite the same version that I had for the on stage event for my artisan design project, but it is still fairly close. And there you have it. There's the end product. Now you can put a nice sentiment on the inside. I didn't stamp one because I have "'Tis the Season" there. And that leaves plenty of room for personal messages to go on the inside. And if you had the vellum down properly, where I didn't, you can see the trees through the vellum that stamped onto the, stamped on the Bermuda Bay. And that is our second project for the week. So hope you enjoyed. Again, if you want to join my team, you can join for, I believe it is $99. You get to choose $125 worth of merchandise, which is a fantastic deal because that can buy you a ton of stuff. And for that, you will be on my team. We'll get to join our brains together and brainstorm and come up with great ideas. Get some communication. I can't even talk going. How can I communicate? I can't even talk to y'all. Just It's a fantastic deal to join, and you get all the benefits of getting the merchandise, like I said, at a lowered price. You can earn money for having other customers buy your product, and it is great. From this angle, I'm trying, hopefully y'all can see how those trees stand out compared to the iridescent ice. From one angle, they all look the same, but they are definitely different. Anyway, love it, love y'all. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.